They definitely have the momentum right here. Tier gets a push. 3 people, 4 people going over onto the AMC. We're gonna get some damage off. We use our ultimate. We're able to get an assist, a kill. We really want to focus this Danzaboro. It's obviously that one, so we're gonna go ahead and clean him up, get ourselves a double kill. Tier's running away. Morgan Le Fay is running away. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy Shawnee V Gaming, and today we're going to be playing Morgan Le Fay in mid. If you are new to the channel, I upload Smite videos pretty frequently. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intentions of seeing what went right, what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If there is something that we learn together, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you are a returning viewer, I feel like Morgan Le Fay is a little hard to play in mid. It took me a while to really understand her kit, and a lot of it has to do with using her passive to the fullest ability. Once I felt like I got a grasp of that, I noticed that my games were going a lot smoother. So let's go ahead and jump into Morgan Le Fay's kit. Morgan Le Fay's 1, Sigil Mastery. Morgan Le Fay summons a crashing magical sword imbued by a sigil of her choice, which is briefly carved into the ground. Enemy gods hit are marked with the sigil, causing secondary effects. The Mark of the Mind is going to fear enemies from the center of the sigil. Mark of the Body is going to create a slowing field. Mark of the Soul is going to spawn a decoy that attacks enemy gods for 4 seconds. This ability has inner damage and area damage, so you do want to try to hit both. The fear duration is 1 second, the slow field duration is 4 seconds, and the slow is 35%. Morgan Le Fay's 2, Dragonflight. Morgan Le Fay summons a dragon apparition which bursts from the ground in front of her, dealing damage and knocking up enemies. The dragon then flies forward, dealing damage again and knocking back enemies. This is going to apply Mark of the Spirit to enemy gods. Morgan Le Fay's 3, Shroud of Wildfire. Morgan Le Fay dons and sends forth a cloak of wildfire, damaging enemies and stopping on enemy gods. On expiration, the wildfire explodes in an area, leaving a 4-second debuff on enemies that continues to deal damage. While the debuff persists, enemies that use a movement ability combust, taking damage again. Morgan Le Fay gains movement speed for using this ability and can extend the debuff on enemies with continued basic attacks. This is going to apply Mark of the Matter to enemy gods hit. The movement speed is going to be 16% at level 1, 24% at level 5. Morgan Le Fay's ultimate, Consuming Power. Morgan Le Fay rises into the air, consuming the marks of enemies in front of her, dealing damage and empowering her next strikes. For a short duration after, Morgan Le Fay can fire out 3 devastating strikes of dark energy, dealing damage and providing a missing health heal per enemy god hit. Initial marks consumed increase the width of the energy projectiles. Subsequent heals per projectile is reduced by 50%. And finally, Morgan Le Fay's passive, Empowered Blade. Morgan Le Fay's abilities mark enemy gods, also activating the shared symbol on her sword, providing magical power. Once her sword has gained all 5 symbols, Morgan Le Fay is going to become empowered, gaining double the magical power buff and reducing the cooldown of consuming power by 10 seconds before the symbols are drained. The magical power is going to be 2 plus 0.4 per level for each sigil. The empowered duration is 10 seconds and the mark duration is 30 seconds. In terms of the leveling order, at level 1, we want to put a point into our 1, level 2, put a point into our 3, level 3, put a point into our 2, level 4, put another point into our 1. We want to max out our ultimate whenever we can, max out our 1, max out our 3, max out our 2. In terms of the start, we started with Sands of Time and the tier 1 of Spear of Desolation. Sands of Time is going to provide us 30 magical power, 10 MP5, and 10% cooldown reduction. It has a passive that this item grants 2 MP5 per 10% of your missing mana. It can be upgraded at level 20. We are going against an enemy, Morgan Le Fay. We went with beads for our relic because we had a feeling that Gilgamesh was the jungle. If you take a look at our passive icon, we are 1 symbol away from getting our passive to activate fully. So the 3 is going to be the bottom symbol, the 2 is the second from bottom, and then the top 3 are your 3 different ones. So your one that taunts the enemy away, or fears the enemy away, is the top one that slows is the second one, and then the one that spawns a decoy is going to be the 3rd symbol. We just hit level 5. Enemy Morgan Le Fay uses her ultimate, so we're going to match it with our ultimate. We get some good damage, but we don't have the mana to finish it off. We're going to go ahead and use our beads to avoid the fear. We are about 150 gold short of being able to buy the boots. We're going to go ahead and back because we're low on health, low on mana, and we also have enough money for the lifesteal boots. Ideally, we'd want a little bit more gold so we could buy some potions. However, I think this will give us a decent power spike. Whenever we're leaving Fountain, we want to use our 3 because it's going to increase our movement speed by a little bit. So this game, I really made an effort to make use of Morgan Le Fay's passive, and I feel like I made a really big difference. We want to wait till we have our ultimate, or till we're about 10 seconds off of being able to use our ultimate. Then we want to activate our passive fully, then use our ultimate on the enemies. You get pushed by tier, we're about half health. We are probably going to be backing here in just a minute. We don't have any potions to sustain. Yep, we're going to go ahead back, play it super safe. We're going to pick up 2 health potions and 2 wards.
I will need plenty more. Well,
There is a pause coming up that I edited out. Since Morgan Le Fay doesn't have a traditional dash, I think it's really important to pick up some wards and set them up defensively. The enemy was able to return within the pause, so that is a good example of this feature being used effectively.
on my way.
We're going to go ahead and rotate to the red buff. We did miss the XP, which is a little unfortunate, but we are going to pick up the red. We have Serb in mid. We're going to get our 1 off. Our passive is fully active. We're going to use our ultimate. And we're able to clean up the enemy Morgan Le Fay.
Enemy ultimate down!
Prepare, then execute.
Your right tower is under attack.
Since we got a pick on the enemy mid laner, we should be able to get a little bit of a level lead.
Enemy missing right!
Embrace the burning shroud.
Whenever we're clearing the minion wave, whenever I'm using the 1, I like to just target either the archers or the front melee minions and hit them with the inner damage and the outer damage. I do not like hitting both sets of minions and then doing less damage because I'm missing the inner damage. We miss our 1, we're going to activate our 2, get the knock up and the push, we're going to throw off our 3. If tier dashes, it's going to take additional damage.
I guess we'll be seeing each other.
Bye-bye now!
We're going to go ahead and make our way back mid. I didn't really think anything was going to come of that fight, and we don't want to miss too many minions in mid. We use the beads.
Sorry!
We have our ult in just a few seconds. Ideally, we would have used our 1 a couple of times to get it to where we only needed 1 symbol instead of needing all 3. If you need ult, don't worry about having the passive fully up. However, if you can get the passive fully up, it is going to increase your damage.
Enemy missing right!
Curse of agony. I'm going for jungle buff. Help!
We missed the XP from the red buff again, which is a little unfortunate. We could be a higher level if we were getting all these red XPs. However, our team's dropping them. We're picking it up. It's not the end of the world. So right now we do have our ultimate and we're 1 symbol away on our passive. We just need to land our decoy 1. We cast it out. We hit it. We're going to go ahead and activate our 2. We're getting increased damage. We're sitting at 216 power. We use our ult. We're able to get the pick onto the tier. We're able to get some good damage onto the Morgan Le Fay. get some good damage, and we're able to get ourselves a double kill. Our power went from 216 to whenever our passive deactivated down to 161.
Can be taken.
So that's almost 50 power. Forgive my math if that's not completely right. But that's pretty significant. That's like an item if we can get our passive fully online. And each symbol that we get is also going to increase our power a little bit. So running around whenever you have 4 symbols is going to allow you to deal more damage. You're going to be able to hit that 5th symbol and then kind of dump your kit on somebody and get the maximum value out of your abilities.
Increase the burning shroud.
So try to use the passive. It's pretty important for being able to get good damage off with Morgan Le Fay.
Well, maybe next time.
So if you don't know how to check your magical power, if you look under the items on the left, you can see all of your stats. The first stat, the fist, that's physical. I actually don't know how that applies. I don't have 106. However, the second one, the little blue star,
On my way.
is our magical power. We went from 254 to 255 because we leveled up. Our red expired, so we lost a little bit of power right there. We're going to come over, throw off our 1. Getting these symbols off is increasing our power. We use our beads right there. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate. We don't have all the symbols, but we needed to use it for the CC immunity and get some damage off. We're going to throw off our 1. We miss it.
Increase the burning shroud.
We're going to go ahead and hit this red buff. That's going to increase our power pretty significantly. It is enhanced, so we're also going to be getting some additional magical lifesteal. So we're sitting at 277 with the red buff and 4 sigils, or 4 symbols. We can only get symbols on our passive from hitting an enemy god. Hitting minions doesn't count. We're about 20 seconds off of our ultimate. We go ahead and use our 1. We're able to get the pick.
Sincerest
We apologize because I feel like we really didn't do much right there. Arachne's cool with it. She gets it. We just hit all 5. We're now sitting at 322 power. So pretty substantial increase in power. Unfortunately, we don't really have a way to apply a lot of damage to that tier right now.
Going for jungle buff.
So it might have been better to use a different cast of our 1 and hold the 4 symbols. Without any symbols, and while wearing the red buff, we're sitting at 247.
Increase the burning shroud.
Oh, and we picked up Spear of Desolation. Spear of Desolation is a very important item on Morgan Le Fay, in my opinion. It's going to allow us to get that extra early game power and pen to deal some significant damage. Spear of Desolation is going to provide us 110 magical power, 10 flat magic penetration, and 10% cooldown reduction. It has a passive that if you receive a kill or an assist on an enemy god, all of your non-ultimate cooldowns are reduced by 2 seconds, and your ultimate is reduced by 6 seconds.
Enemy missing middle.
I tried doing a couple of builds where we went more cooldown instead of more power, and I feel like it just didn't work. We want that extra power, so we slap early game. Spear of Desolation is an item that allows us to slap.
Retreat.
We are able to secure the Gold Fury. Probably going to need it back here in just a moment. We're going to go ahead and pick up the red buff and then just fall back. We're just going to forget about the minion wave in mid. We're very weak and we don't have a lot of mana. We're going to go ahead and pick up Soul Gem. Soul Gem is going to be the next item in this build. Soul Gem is going to provide us 80 magical power, 150 health, 12% magical lifesteal, and 10% cooldown reduction. It has a passive that on successful hit of an ability, you're going to gain 1 stack. At 4 stacks, your next ability that damages an enemy god will deal bonus damage equal to 30% of your magic power to each god hit, and will heal yourself and allies within 20 units for 40% of your magical power and consume the 4 stacks.
Prepare, then execute.
So with red buff and 1 symbol on our passive, we are now sitting at about 344 magical power. We landed another one, that's going to bring us up to 352. I think it's interesting that her power just kind of keeps increasing, and being able to watch it back, not playing in game, just allows me to see how much it actually increases. We try to go for the harpies, they're not there. We only have our 1 left to hit on our symbols. We got some good damage, and Cerberus is able to clean up the tier right there. Got some more good damage. We're gonna go ahead and just eat some tower shots, get our ultimate off. We have 4 symbols, so we're able to get the pick onto the Morgan Le Fay. We also got our soul gem proc.
I'm going for jungle buff.
Enemy ultimate down!
We're gonna go ahead and secure our red. Our team is heavily in right now.
Destroyed a middle enemy tower. Completed.
On my way.
We're gonna rotate over to our team. We see enemy reinforcements coming in.
Oh, your teammates.
2 teammates go down. It's now a 3v1. We're over here though, making it a 3v2. We get our damage off into Gilgamesh. We're gonna get our 3 off. We miss our 2. We're taking some damage. We're gonna just use our ultimate because all of our other abilities are on cooldown. Danzavor is 1 shot. We're able to clean him up with our 1. We throw off our 3. We're gonna run up to this Gilgamesh. We're able to get a double kill. Now it's kind of just survive. I don't think we can really get the pick onto tier right here. We're gonna use our 3 to get the increased movement speed. We try to push the tier under tower. We get pushed. It's not looking too good for us. We're gonna throw off our 1. We're able to fear the tier. We're gonna keep wiggling around. Both enemies are very weak. We might be able to get a pick right here. We miss our 1. This tier's got his wiggle shoes on. We missed our 2. And Serb's able to clean up the tier. We're gonna get him back because we're very low on health and mana.
Power can be taken. Or bought.
We're gonna go ahead and start working on Rod of Tahuti. I think in the early game, you really want to try not to die with Morgan Le Fay. Being able to just stay alive and get a level lead is pretty big. It's going to allow you to kind of snowball. If you're behind, it's not going to be nearly as fun as if you're ahead. Soul Gem procs. No, Soul Gem stacks are going to be able to start stacking whenever you hit minions, and then the Soul Gem proc is only going to happen if you hit an enemy god.
Enemy missing.
Gank left lane.
Please.
We're going to go ahead, rotate left. We haven't shown any love over here. Wheelish is a little far pushed up.
Left lane.
We're going to try to get her to pull back so Ardio's not on that tower
On
line.
my way.
It worked really well. We're going to throw off our 1. Use our 2 to cancel her dash. Use our 3, go ahead and use our ultimate. And we're able to secure the pick onto the Ardio.
An ally has been
Problems are
slain.
meant to be
The
solved.
biggest thing right there was canceling Ardio's dash with our 2. If she dashed under tower, we might not have been able to get the pick right there. We have all stacks. We got an achievement. There's a 5 on it, so I assume the achievement is for getting it the passive 5 times within the game. We really couldn't do much with our passive fully stacked right there. We're trying to push this. We have the numbers. Arachne gets the stun. We use our 1. We're able to get the pick onto the Gilgamesh. We miss our 3. Arachne is able to get the pick onto the tier.
Attack the Gold Fury.
Gold is open. I think this is something we can hit with our team.
Help.
Okay, on my way. Enemy missing.
They have 2 down. I'd be surprised if they challenge this.
Incantations are impressive. I like what I see.
We do have enough money for a Rod of Tahuti. Of Morgan Le Fay's 3 different ones, I definitely think the Fear one is the best. The slow is pretty strong, the decoy does more damage, but that Fear is displacement. So additional CC.
Enemy missing right.
No need for a spell when a simple ward will do. Be right back.
We're going to go ahead and back and pick up the Rod of Tahuti.
Sorry.
Rod of Tahuti is going to provide us with 140 magical power, 30 MP5, and 10% magic penetration. It has a passive that basic attacks and abilities gain 25% additional magical power against targets below 50% health.
Be careful.
We are about a half a level off of hitting level 20 by 20 minutes.
Attack Fire Giant.
Gank right lane. On my way. On my way.
Gank right lane.
Attack right lane.
There's a few people over in right. We're going to rotate over there with our team.
Is under attack.
Our team should be able to pinch these guys and get the pick. It's a 3v3. We're showing up. It's about to be a 4v3 in favor of us. Danzabora goes down. We get the slow off. We hit our 3. 1 sigil away. We use our ultimate, but we didn't really need to. That's 3 down on the enemy team.
Attack the minions. Attack right lane.
Rotating all the way to Fire Giant just seems like a lot of time that we be burning. We still have a lot of towers that we need to get down, so we're going to start pushing this right lane, start opening up some of these phoenixes, so whenever we do get Fire Giant, we can make a play for a phoenix.
Destroy the right. Enemy missing.
We get drop kicked under tower. We're going to use our 2 to provide ourselves a little bit of peel. We got some good damage off, but we are going to fall back. We just wanted to see if we could get any damage onto the Phoenix without being contested. Since they did show up, we're going to fall back. It's not worth trying to fight. We have other things to do on the map. Danzabora is here. Morgan Le Fay ultimate. We use our beads to avoid the Danza ult. We take a lot of damage. We might have been able to get out of there. We kind of turned around and expected, like, trying to get hit by the Danzabora ultimate. I have a feeling that we could have played that a little bit better if we wiggled around a little bit more effectively. Either way, that is our first death, which is a little unfortunate. I feel like our team definitely has the momentum right here. However, the enemy team is grouping up a little bit better. We snagged the alternate timeline for the upgraded version of Sands of Time. Alternate timeline is going to provide us 70 magical power, 45 physical protections, 45 magical protections, and 10% cooldown reduction. It has a passive that whenever you die, you instead find a timeline where you're still alive, becoming CC immune, damage immune, and unable to act After 1.75 seconds, you are restored to 25% health and mana and can act again. This can only occur once every 6 minutes.
Retreat! 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 Your right tower is under attack. Retreat! Your right tower.
We're going to rotate right, just make sure that this minion wave doesn't get to our Phoenix line.
On my
There's a
way.
fight going on in mid, so we're going to rotate that way.
An ally has been slain.
Okay.
We don't want to take the Danzabora one-on-one, especially if we're in range of his basic attacks.
Cancel that.
Group up.
Yes.
An enemy has been slain.
Our team's taking a lot of damage. We're trying to find a good spot to attack. Do some damage off with our 1. We land our 2. We're 1 sigil away. It's a lot of sigils on the enemy team. If we use our ult, it's going to be a fat ult, meaning that the width is going to be a lot wider. We get our passive fully up. We're going to use our 2. We're losing a lot of health. We use our ultimate just to kind of get some CC immunity right there. We're going to use our 1, try to fear the RDO, buy ourselves a little bit of peel. We're going to use our 3 to get increased movement speed. We use our 2, we do get pushed by tier. We're going to use our 1, we're very weak. We're wiggling. Hit our 3, try to get a little bit of lifesteal. Throw off our 1, we're able to get the pick onto RDO. Our team did help a lot right there.
Be right back.
We're going to go ahead and back.
Power can be taken.
We're going to start working on Obsidian Shard.
Attack fire giant.
An enemy has been slain.
Attack fire giant. Attack fire giant.
With 3 down on the enemy team, I think we should go for fire.
Retreat left lane. Attack fire giant.
Attack fire giant. Help!
Retreat. On my way. Retreat.
So we see the 2, they're on the other side of Fire Giant. I think we should push them now instead of going for Fire Giant. Fire Giant should be the...
The burning shroud.
Get some great damage off onto that Gilgamesh. Hit him with our ult shot. We're able to get the pick onto Gilgamesh. It's now a 1v5 at Fire Giant.
Attack fire giant. Attack fire giant.
It's we cleared it. We need to attack it now. We're going to pass it to a Wheelix. Enemy Morgan Le Fay is able to get the pick onto a Wheelish. Our team is able to secure the Fire Giant. We're going to fall back. We are about half health.
Whoa, that came straight out of left. Keep up the hit streak.
Attack the gold fury. Group up.
Gold Fury is an Oni Fury. We only have 3 people versus their 4. I think if we're quick enough, we can probably get this Gold Fury for free.
Curse of agony. Retreat.
The Oni Fury is going to spawn an enhanced minion wave in each lane. And we're going to go ahead and pick up Obsidian Shard. Obsidian Shard is going to provide us 80 magical power and 20% magic penetration. It has a passive that your first ability cast gains 10% magic penetration. This can only occur once every 10 seconds.
Enemy missing.
Embrace the burning shroud.
So Obsidian Shard is going to kind of round off our build and allow us to get percent penetration, which is going to be effective against the tanks.
Group up. Attack left lane. Curse of agony. And crush them.
Fire giant. On my way.
Greetings.
We're waiting to try to get this tower. We are able to get it. Little do we know that we're about to get 5-man ganked right here. We use our ultimate to try to buy ourselves a little bit of time. Alternate timeline goes off, but we still go down. The enemy team is grouping better than us right now. And right now I remember thinking, oh no. The momentum is kind of shifting a little bit.
Retreat! Retreat!
Shut down. An ally has been slain.
We just lost that team fight pretty big. We just have AMC left. Amu's and Cobb.
Oh yeah.
The right Phoenix on the enemy side is a little weak.
On my way.
Your middle
I think it's going to be fine. I don't think it's going down though. They pretty much get this tower for free, and we're trying to hold Phoenix till our team gets back up. They definitely have the momentum right here. Tier gets pushed. 3 people, 4 people going over onto the AMC. We're going to get some damage off. We use our ultimate. We're able to get an assist, a kill. We really want to focus this Danzaboro.
You're batting around.
It's obviously that one, so we're going to go ahead and clean him up, get ourselves a double kill. Tier's running away. Morgan Le Fay is running away. We are going to try to chase him down. We're going to throw a 3 to get increased movement speed. Throw off our 1. Arachne's able to clean up Morgan Le Fay. It might have made more sense for her to go onto Tier than Morgan Le Fay right there. Like, I think we were going to catch up to Morgan Le Fay. We were not going to catch up to Chalk. So if she landed on Chalk, I probably could have cleaned up Morgan Le Fay. She could have CC'd Chalk, and then we'd have been a 2v1. I don't know why I'm saying Chalk on that Tier. I think because he looks like a dinosaur and Chalk has a dinosaur skin. Or the T-Rex skin, I'm thinking it's Chalk, but it's Tier. Our team's not with us. I don't think there's much we're going to be able to do. So we're just going to go ahead and back. I'm going to buy the movement speed potion, buy the upgraded Aegis, and then head to lane. (14, 2, and 8). We've participated in 22 of our 30 kills.
Ward the fire giant. Help! On my way.
Without red buff, our power's sitting at 575.
Cancel that.
Prepare
We're going to go ahead
for
and ward the fire giant. I feel like a lot of this game is going to be determined on how these fire giant fights go and who secures it. We set up some wards. We do see Danzabora nearby. We're just going to try to make sure that we have vision of fire giant.
They ain't stealing any.
Arachne's able to get a solo pick. That's pretty big. We might be able to engage right here.
Be right back.
We get some damage off onto the Tier.
Be careful.
This is not looking like a good fight. We use our bead, that's a little late. We're going to go use our ultimate, get some good damage off. However, there was not enough lifesteal.
Always swing for defenses.
We go down.
He has been slain.
Our team is winning this fight, it looks like, in terms of numbers.
Retreat.
Arachne had it back. Serb's taking on 3 people by himself. Yeah, looks like it's going to end a 2-for-2 trade.
I will need plenty more.
Right now, we're just trying to see if we sold our boots, if we'd have enough money for Soul Reaver. We do not, so we're actually just going to hold on to our boots for a little bit longer and probably pick it up on the next back.
These are just lying around. Group up. Defend the fire.
Looks like they're making a play for fire. We do want a red buff, however, defending fire is more important. Looks like they're just going for the Pyromancer, which is no big deal. The Pyromancer is going to allow whichever team that secures it to leave Fountain with 40% increased movement speed that lasts for 15 seconds. The Pyromancer buff lasts for about a minute, I believe, and if you look at the minimap, right above the enemy Titan is a timer, and that represents the fire or the Pyromancer buff. The movement speed buff that you get from it only lasts 15 seconds.
Retreat!
Right here, we're just trying to find a good fight. Serb uses his ultimate. Does not pull them back to our team. I don't know if he used it defensively. Denzabor's here. Luckily, he did not go for us. We cast our 2. I don't know if they hit anyone. Throw off our 1. Tears on us. We're going to use our beads. Use our 3 to get increased movement speed. Use our 2 to push 2 back. That was a fat 2. Probably to save their life. Use our ultimate. We're able to get the pick onto the Gilgamesh. We're debating help this Serb out or go for the RDO. We're going to help the Serb out. That's a horrific from the enemy tier.
Attack fire giant!
Defend right lane. Be right back.
We're going to make sure that this right Phoenix doesn't go down. Right as we get back, it looks like our minions are able to defend it. That's a full D side. We should absolutely go for Fire Giant right here.
Attack fire giant! Yes! Attack!
The wheelish is up. Ooh, that was extremely close. I don't know if she got the Fire Giant buff. The Fire Giant buff is going to allow you to deal more damage to structures. It's also going to provide you with a very high amount of MP5 and HP5.
Be right back.
We're going to go ahead and sell our boots, pick up Soul Reaver.
Can be taken.
Soul Reaver is going to provide us 95 magical power and 300 mana. It has a passive that your abilities do an additional 2% of the target's maximum health as magical damage. If the target had over 2000 health, your ability bonus damage scales up. This effect reaches a maximum of 9% maximum health damage at 2750 health.
I need the
Subsequent
jungle
hits on the same target do half the bonus damage for the next 3 seconds. We unfortunately were not able to secure our red.
Retreat! Retreat!
retreat.
Your
Of agony.
Oh, that's a big pick onto that tier.
I like what I see.
It's a 5v4. It's really a 4v4. Serb's catching up. That's another one down. That's 2 ults. We lose our Acne.
Embrace the burning shroud.
We just want to hang out in this back line.
Ultimate is ready.
Serb blinks in to start it off. We're going to throw our 1 off, get some good damage. We're able to get the pick onto the Danzaboro. We're going to focus the Phoenix. The enemy team does fall back, so now we're going to push over to the right Phoenix.
enemy Phoenix.
Impressive. I like what I
Destroy
see.
the right enemy Phoenix. Attack the Titan! Attack the Titan! Enemy ultimate incoming!
The enemy team's about to be back up. We might be able to get a little bit of damage off, but I don't think attacking the Titan's really going to win us the game right here.
Retreat.
Damn, so he goes down. We're going to throw off our 1. We're able to get the pick onto Gilgamesh. we activate our passive, so we're like, alright, let's get back in here. Not our smartest decision this game. We miss our 2. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate. Miss every shot.
Mistakes do not happen.
Use our Bs right here. We're going to activate our 3. Use our 1 to provide a little bit of peel. And I think we are out.
Nice job. Be right back.
We're going to go ahead and move towards the red buff. Go ahead and secure that. 675 without any additional buffs. Red buff's going to bring us to 753. Once we start stacking our passive, we're going to really start gaining some high levels of magical power.
Okay. No problem.
Doesn't look like anyone's on this Oni Fury, so we're going to go ahead and secure it. Since we have 2 Phoenixes down, it's going to spawn 2 Oni Fire Waves, which are really hard to kill. They're going to absorb a lot of damage.
On my way.
ain't stealing anything.
Danzabura goes down.
Hidden potential. Group up. Attack left lane. Be right back.
I know.
Check your stores. I will need plenty more.
Attack left lane. Attack left lane. I'm on it. Attack fire giant. Fire giant. Attack.
We're going to go ahead and make a play for Fire Giant. It just spawned. It's a 4v5. They're also defending on minion waves, so we should be able to secure this Fire Giant for free.
Attack left lane.
Left lane.
We're now going to push, get this last tower. For each tower that is up, the Titan is going to gain additional protections.
Cancel that.
So if you destroy all the towers, the Titan's a little bit more vulnerable.
Your team has destroyed a left enemy tower. Attack middle lane. Attack middle lane. Attack middle lane. Be careful lane.
We're going to hold down this left lane.
Destroyed a middle enemy phoenix.
We're able to get the pick onto the Danzabura. The enemy team has rotated to the left. We can try to get a little bit of damage off. Throw out our 3, use our 2. Some great damage with their 1. Minions are on the Titan, and we're able to secure the victory. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It really helps these videos out. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.